I think I need, I need another screen. Let's get some air in here, shall we? We have you. Tablet is slow today. You. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. Today we're going to run an EasyJet flight. Oh, and you know what? I should set up SayIntentions as well. Let's check that, because I'm back in X-Plane. Hey Jackson, how's it going? Yeah, let me go set that up. I'll be right back.
Round to Cockpit. Plan acknowledge. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Now I think I'm ready to go. Alright, let's try this again. Let me give you the CDU as well. Alright, and let me bring up my load data sheet. Give you the same thing here. And that should be good. Alright, let me bring up mine. Alright, what'd I miss? No beef here? It's hard for me to read. It's very tiny text. VATSIM. No, I'm not on VATSIM. I'll be using ATC Chatter and SayIntentions AI this run out of South Hampton. Alright, we're cold and dark. I've got my load data sheet, so let's get this ride in, shall we? Alright, DC battery selected to bad. DC battery switches on guarded. Standby powers auto guarded. Alternate flaps are off guarded. Fuel pump switches are off. Wipers are set to park. Hydraulic pumps electric A and B are now off. I'm going to have to get some brake pressure in there though. Alright, landing gear is down. We've got 3 green on the aft overhead. We'll put weather radar to test. Master caution reset. Fault in up. And overheat fire. I think I have to bring my sound up a little bit there. It's a little bit too low. I was running MS2020 the other day. So, may have to kick that up a bit. Let's see what ATC sounds like. Just switch over. Let me bring that up just a little bit.
Sky conditions. Scattered cumulonimbus at 3,000 feet. Temperature 11. Dew point 8. QNH 1020. Transition level 65. Arriving and departing runway 02. Visual approach is in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if basic information service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray. South Hampton Airport. Information X-ray. 1820 Zulu. Wind 320 at 6. Visibility 10.
We don't care about that just yet. I know the volume is good. Alright, we need some brake pressure in here. Before we do that, let me finish this first. This is done. Ground power is available. Let's confirm we're on ground power. Let's get set for unconditioned air. Give me galley. Let's recycle that. EGHI, this ride. That I might have to turn down a little bit. Let me get some pressure in here. It's one of the very few things with the Zibo mod. The brake pressure drops a little bit too quickly. If you have the brake set and you're not playing with them, that pressure should stay there for hours, unless you got an issue. Alright, that's looking pretty good. And you know what? Let's set them first. Alright, our flaps are up, and we'll give them position and logo lights. And you can come off. Alright, that should take care of our initial. Just to tell you, mate, you spelled South Hampton. Oh, that's no big deal. I'll probably get in there and fix that easy enough. Matter of fact, can I do it right from here? might be a little difficult. Oh yeah, I don't have my keyboard here. I can't do it from here. Oh well. No biggie. I didn't even pick up on that. Alright, our pre-flight is done. Well, our originator flight, that is done. So let's start the pre-flight now. Leading edge devices test. Reverses are extinguished. EEC switches are on. Guarded. Crew oxygen is 12,000. Passenger oxygen is normal. Guarded. Flight recorder test. Log 1 and 2. I gotta find out where that's coming from. That's too loud. None of those sliders seem to do anything. It must be an FS realistic. I'm not going to bother with that now. I'll check it next after this run. Craziest system failures? I guess it depends on what you consider a system failure. I've had engines that wouldn't start, APU that wouldn't start, brakes that wouldn't release, engine fire, a few things here and there along the way. But I haven't had any in a while. They are rare, so they don't happen all that often. Alright, let's see, where was I? We did the stall warning, 3 green, PSEU is out. Let's check our oxygen flow. And lights test. Alright, we're good. Alright, flight controls A and B are guarded. All inner flaps are off. Guarded spoilers A and B are unguarded. Yaw damper is on. VHF is normal. IRS is normal. FMC is normal. Source selector is auto. Control panel is normal. Fuel temp is fine. Crossfeed check. Fuel pumps are good. AC, DC panel is fine. Equipment cooling, supply, and exhaust is normal. Emergency exit lights are on. No smoking seatbelt signs on. Window heat. And let's run the overheat test. TAT test. Wing and engine in the ice are off. Electric hydraulic pumps 2 and 1 are off. We have 3 entranceways open. Test, test, test on the flight data recorder. Pressurization panel is zeroed out, which is a good thing, being that we're at the gate with the door open. Air conditioning is fine. Bleeds. Master caution reset. Overheat test. Body air conditioning master, very good. We're set for unconditioned air. Today's ride is 34,000. Would be nice if there was a push button reset here. Flying around in the mountains, you gotta spin your fingers off. All right, outflow valve. Alright, and we'll use the right igniter for this ride. The lights are all set up. Alright, let's get ATIS clearance and then program the flight management computer. Me, Boca Raton, Florida, Phoenix. Well, electric pumps, you don't want your electric pumps on when you're sitting at the gate, because the electric pumps that are tied into your hydraulic pumps could actually move the exterior surfaces. You may have a flap that may move, a slat move, something may move and injure somebody on the ground. So they're turned off until we start getting out of here. The left or right igniters, they're basically for redundancy. You have a right igniter, a left igniter, and then you have both igniters that you're going to use in inclement weather, more than likely. And the only reason why they switch between the left and the right side is just so that they wear out evenly. That's all. But if one was to fail, you still had the other one. Everything in here is about redundancy. Both, you can use both, but you're wearing out the igniters for no reason whatsoever. So it's all about money. So that's why they'll rotate right igniter on the first flight of the day, let's say, and then the crew comes in after that, they'll switch it to the left, and they'll go back to the right. Unless you got some really bad weather, and then you're just going to have both of them on. Alright, let's get ATIS. ATIS is 130.88, and we're in here already.
320 at 6. Visibility 10.
Scattered.
Scattered cumulonimbus at 3,000 feet. Temperature
1020.
Dew point 8. QNH 1020. Transition level 65. Arriving and departing runway 02. Visual approaches in use.
And we've got X-ray.
Advise on course heading, altitude, and basic information services requested. Read all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray. South Hampton Airport.
Make sure nobody's on. South Hampton, good evening. EasyJet Flight 614. Request IFR clearance as filed to Inverness. And we have X-ray.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
All Phoenix, I hear you. I saved for a very long time to get this flight deck. This was made by Flightdeck Solutions. It's a company out in Canada. They actually make flight decks for commercial companies.
After departure, fly radar vectors to PEPIS, then as filed. Departure runway 02, initial climb to 13,000 feet. Departure on 120.23, squawk 5546.
Cleared to Inverness via after departure flight radar vectors to PEPIS, then as filed. Departure runways 2, initial climb to 13,000 feet. Departure on 120.23, squawk 5546 for EasyJet 614. And squawk 5546. And 13 is in there.
Easy 614, read that correct?
Alright, let's program our flight management computer. You should have the load data sheet and you should be able to see the CDU there as well. Yeah, I like the 737NG. It's got a nice mix of the old and new. The Max, it's too much glass for me. I'm not crazy about that. I guess the younger crowd's into all that, but I prefer a little bit of a mix of the old. But that's just me. Alright, let's get this thing set up here. So let's go to our route. We're going to EGHI to EGPE. Our flight number is EZY. And we're looking at 614. Get our departure in here. We've got runway 2 on the way out. There is no SID out of here. And our arrival, we are coming into runway 23 via ILS, and I believe it was the NS1, but we'll put that in and check it. Alright, let's have a look at our route here. This might take me a little while to put in. I could download it, but then you don't see how it gets done. Alright, so first up is PEPIS. P-E-P-I-S. Taben, T-A-B-E-N. And then we have Nori, N-O-R-R-Y. Nori, we have Cowley, C-O-W-L-Y. Oh. Silva. And 150, 150. And that's the one we want. Finma. And we have DTY. Sapco. Is 5303, that's the one we want. Pole is up next. Bamip. Settle. All pop. Hypnox. Oh. DCS. Bebney. Navso. Elbus has left the building. US, right? Oh. There's my L there, Johnny. Right. Yeah. Maybe the third time was the charm there. Louis. L-U-I-V, right. Oh, S. S-I-V. Fennec. Glasgow. And that's 5552. That's correct. Foil. Harrison. Boss. Lagov. SD. Alright. Go see. I think we're getting close now. Oops. That's 5712, right? And that's the one we want. And then we're on our way in. Let's go back and have a look at that. You should be able to see all this, I believe, as I'm going along. Alright, so PEPIS, Tabin, Nori, TNT, Pole, CS. It's looking pretty good. Believe it or not, all these entry points, this ride's only an hour and a half. Hour and 40 minutes. And what I should do, let me see here. Right, and let's do is that one? Let me come back and take a look at that chart. I say 23. Right. So let me come back here and look at that. I want to fix that. I want to do something else. Chart here. Should be in here. And alright, we'll have to take it from here then. Alright, from Gussie we're gonna do D105. Right from Gussie, and that's the one we want. We'll do 105J. No, we want 105K, my mistake. Alright. D061 J. Because I don't want that. And then we're looking at put this in here. It's 50. Gussie 1050 105K. Alright. 61J. You there now. Well, that's all in. That looks a little weird there, but let's do J. I'll leave it like that. I prefer that better. Yes. And then we're on our way in. Let me come back to... It's been a while since I've been in here. I've been working with MS2020 for a while. Alright, let's do our weight, fuel, and balance here. I don't have any paperwork with me. I hope this is going to work. I'll have to do this from down here. Hopefully this is going to work. Wait. Oh yeah, I think so. Let me give you... Oh, I can't do it from up there. I don't think I can. Let me bring this down. Maybe I can. I don't know if you're going to get this, but... Wrong button. I think I just screwed that up. Alright, I can't do it from there. I can't give you that. We'll do it from here, that's all. Sorry about that. I thought I could give you everything, but I can't give you that sheet for some reason. Alright, our fuel is 19.4, I said. Our payload is going to be 39.6. Alright. Gives us a CG of 29 and a zero fuel weight of 134.6. Alright, that looks good. So, let me make sure you have the right thing here. You got that, you got that. Alright, let's go to here now. Zero fuel weight was 134.6. Our reserve is going to be... Final reserve is going to be 6.9. Cost index this ride is 35. We got a flight level of 340. And let's get our cruise winds in there. Top of climb, we got 338 at 79. Alright. And let's get, what's my average ISA here? Average ISA is 3. And what do we have on the back end? Looking at 1021. And I'm thinking of MS2020 now. So we don't want that. That's actually done. We're not going to do anything there. We're not going to derate. And was nothing there on that. That can stay. 151. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's get out descent forecast in here. We'll put in 20,000, 15,000, and 10,000. This is what I want here. 3 and 1021. Whoops. Getting a little ahead of myself. Alright, 20,000. We are 321 and 38. At 15,000, it's 316. At 27. And at 10,000, we're looking at 314. At 22. Now from here, we would come into, and I'm going to request this instead of putting all the winds in. There's one other thing I wanted that I did not put in because I screwed it up. 320 at 7. Okay. Unless this is not working. And let me have that progress page. I'll have plenty when we get in anyway. Alright, I guess that's not working. And we're not going to put all those in. That'll take forever. Let me just take a look at this one more time. Right, that we put in. And that, Make sure I didn't screw anything up here. And then run our way in, and then the hold at 3. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright. This is set. We are set here and there. We are set here, and give me 20, and that is set. And that looks good. Alright, that looks good. I'll take terrain, position, data, airport, station. I'm on the master. You can have the slave. You can have weather, station, airport, data, and position. And we are looking at 15. We are cleared up to 13. That is good. Nose wheel steering is normal guarded. And check out displays. That's looking good. And let me have you up here. And let me have you up there. Alright, that looks good. That looks good. Auto flight is good. Yeah, look at the brakes. The brakes are just about gone already. That should take hours before that depletes. Just build that up again. Alright, primary flight display. Artificial horizon is level. Ground speed is 0.45 on the speed tape. V1 is 140. We got 151. Heading is 015. That is set. Pressure is 1020. We're good up to 13,000. And I've got terrain on the nav display. That's looking good. And you got to go to 1020. On the standby. Reset that. Rejected takeoff. That's all looking good. And what did I say that was going to be? I don't even think I said that. 450. Let's run that, run amok. Yeah, I definitely got to work on the sounds in here. I screwed them up working on 2020. Alright, that's all looking pretty good. The bottles are good. Cargo. And that is good. Let's get that test done.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb.
That test should be done.
Climb.
Let's check that.
Climb. Crossing. Climb. Climb. Crossing.
And they're good.
Climb.
Alright, we have fuel in the center tank.
Descend. 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 Crossing. Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend. Descend now.
Let's get those doors buttoned up. Get ready to get on out of here.
Increase climb. Increase climb. Increase descent. Increase.
Oh. I mean, what are you doing? Doors, Johnny, doors. Get the doors buttoned up. Alright, the doors are buttoned up. Waiting on the APU. And then, you know what? Let's call for ground services. They can wait for us. How about that?
Ground to cockpit. Turn is driving up.
Alright, the brake pressure is good. Remove the chocks. APU is up. Confirm, and then we'll give that a minute before we switch on over. And give me you back. Alright. And you back. And we can disconnect that. I'm not going to need that screen anymore. So I should be able to get you back. Alright, that's
Okay,
best.
all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Alright, let's see. What did I miss in the text while I was gone? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to engage the autopilot here. But depending on the direction of flight, being that this direction of flight is within a certain radius of where we're going, I can set this and it won't go out. If my heading was out in this direction behind us,
So connected and
this wouldn't light up.
inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright, so we're good to get on out of here, but we're not ready just yet. Let's see, where were we here? Let's lose that. Don't need the load data sheet anymore. You're not going to need the CDU anymore. Oh, I think I could have given you the Zibo mod. Right? Yeah, I could have gave it to you right from there. Oops, my mistake. Alright, let's lose that. That's all good. Alright, we're pretty good to go. So, let's make sure we're disconnected here. And let's get on APU bleed. Very good. Alright, and we're all disconnected. So let's request push. I'm on ground. Oh, they're running everything from tower here. South Hampton tower, easy flight 614, ready for push and start, gate 9. We have X-ray.
EG614, push and start approved at gate 9. Expect taxi clearance to runway 02 shortly.
Yeah, the isolation valve is on auto now until we get ready to start the engines. Once we have the number 2 started, then that's going to get turned off. Right pack gets turned on, and then we'll start the number 1 engine. Alright, so we're good for push and start. So let's go ahead and get that clock going and release our brake. And let's get on out of here.
Start your pushback and you may start engine.
Alright, so the packs are off, anti-collision lights coming on. And we've got plenty of pressure, and we're starting number 2. With a flicker going on there. Alright, that's stable. So now we're going to take Gen 2 on. Confirm we've got juice. Now the isolation valve gets closed. The right pack's going to get open to auto. Confirm our pressure, and we're going to start number 1. With the latest update from X-Plane, it screwed up my night lighting edits, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on those as well.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting toes. Stand by.
And we got a clean board. I think I must have missed a whole bunch of text here. Sorry about that, fellas. Yeah, for the duct pressure, yeah. And then when you get to 21% or max motoring,
Disconnected and bypass pin has been removed.
you're going to introduce your
Hand signal
fuel.
on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
I did that in the past, real flight ops, but I had to connect to a website in order to listen to live ATC. What I like about XATC and FSATC chatter is if I tune in ground, I'll get ground chatter. If I tune in, tower, I'll get tower chatter, ground, and so on and so forth, which is pretty cool. When the engine started, well, with the number two, with both engines off, right, you're going to have the APU is going to be up and running. Going to make sure you have enough pressure. Once you start the number 2 engine and it's up and running, you're going to take the engine for the Gen 2, Gen side, you're going to turn that on. You're going to confirm that you have you have juice coming from Gen 2 from the generator, right? Then you're going to close your isolation valve. You're going to move that to close. Then you're going to take your right pack, which is associated with the number 2 engine, and you're going to turn that to auto. Then you confirm you've got enough pressure, and then you're going to start your number 1. Then once 1 is up and running, then you're going to confirm Gen 1's putting out juice, and then you're going to get yourself set up, come back to auto. APU is going to come off, and then your gens are going to come on. Well, they should be on basically all the time. The only time these are going to come off is on the way in when we're on APU bleed, and we're getting ready to shut down, because we don't want to have the APU and the engines on at the same time, because you may end up getting some blowback. So that's the reason for that. That's pretty much it. Hey, Niles, how's it going? Yeah, it's pretty much specific to the airlines themselves. I know there was an airline pilot, 737 pilot, that was with Pat out in California, and that's the way they do it. I believe might have been Southwest Airlines that actually starts them that way. But all right, so we are good. We're disconnected here, right? So let me give you the multifunction display. See our control surfaces here. You hold the tiller while we press down on the rudder. I'll take that back. Give me flaps 5. Oh, I don't want that. I want taxi lights. Right, let me have you to TA. You're going to auto. You're going to auto. And let's have a look here, see where we are. All right, well, this first section is already done. Bleed air check set, we are good there. Hydraulic pumps are on, bleed air panel is set, exterior lights, we are good. APU is needed, it's off, master caution recall, we've got a clean board. Transponders TA auto, weather radars auto, and flight controls are free and clear. So we are good for a taxi. What happened to my other ATC traffic? I should be hearing here. South Hampton Tower, good evening. EasyJet 614, ready to taxi, runway 2, gate 9. Let me move that over now. Let me take this. Let me give you...
EZ614, taxi to runway 02 via taxiway Alpha, hold short of runway 02.
EasyJet 614, clear to taxi to runway 2, hold short, runway 2. Alright, so we're going to take Alpha straight down here. We're going to hold short, then eventually we'll get permission to enter, and then we'll go down to the end, swing around, and get on out of here. Alright, so let's go. I'll tell you, the handling of the aircraft in X-Plane 12 compared to 2020 is far superior. I'd like to know what happened to my X-ATC chatter, unless they're just not on this frequency. Getting a little bit of flicker there, though. And again, for those of you that may just be joining me, the night lighting you see out there is mine. That's not from Laminar. So if you don't like that, that's on me, not them. South Hampton Tower, easyJet 614, holding short, runway 2, ready for departure. Oh, where's my brake here?
AV614, runway 02, wind 320 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
I'll clear for takeoff, easyJet 614.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
I'll probably have to reset that again anyway. Let's have a peek as we head on down. Door powers engaged. 10 notification is complete. Cabin pressure position. Oh, nope, wrong section there, Johnny. 10 notification is complete. Exterior lights as needed. Engine start select is to continuous. They are. Auto throttle is on. Well, we'll have to redo that again. TARA auto, parking brake release 40% way history.
Approaching 2.
Yeah, look at this stutters going on here. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. That's not good at all.
On runway 600 feet remaining. On runway 2.
All right, 40%. Stable. Toga. Thrust set. Airspeed active. Knots. Check. Throttle hold. Stable 3.
Positive brake.
0. And we're pretty much heading straight out.
400.
See, now at 400, I can actually, let me get this trimmed out first. Above 400 feet, we can go right to autopilot.
1000.
EV614, contact departure on 120.23.
I'm going to departure 120.23, Easy Flight 614. Good night. Departure Easy Flight 614 with you, climbing through 1500 for 13,000. Inbound PEPIS. Stars look a little brighter. Clear direct PEPIS up to 19,000 for EasyJet 614. I'm swung. A little behind there on the flaps there, Johnny. And up. Not a bad view. Not sure what's going on with XATC chatter though. I should have some chatter in the background. Something else I'll have to look into. Got it. Did you hear about the... I should have brought my old man glasses in here with me. I forgot them again. Descent page to increase descent. Yep, you can go in there and do that, sure. Oh, looks like we're getting rained on. Catching up to the text here.
EV614, climb and maintain flight level 250.
Up to flight level 250, EasyJet 614. Think I might have made the stars a little too bright.
EV614, climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, EasyJet 614. I don't know why they gave it to us twice, but... Oh, thanks, Julian. I try to get into Flightdeck as much as I possibly can. But it's not as often as I'd like to. Alright, we're getting ready to hit 10,000, so let's get that buttoned up. Climbing up beautifully. Temperature's looking good. N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibration, that's all looking fine. So what are we looking at here? We've got 120 miles to top of climb, and we've got 434 miles to go. And let's see, at Tabin we should have 17.4 in the fuel. We're at 17.7 right now, and we should have 10.3 when we get in at, was it Inverness? Hey Tom, thanks man. Yeah, I haven't done some night flights in a while. I figured I was due, you know. Plus I wanted to take a look at my night lighting. Someone said my night lighting was a little bit too bright since the last update. And I'd have to agree, I had to make some serious changes because it was a bit much. So, but I think I have it in check now. I may tone down the stars a little bit though. They look a little bit too uniform. So that I may do. What are we cruising at today? We're going to bump that up. Although I'm running an EasyJet Flight 614, they don't really run this in the real world. I went looking online with FlightAware. That's usually where I grab all my flights. And I try to run them as close to real world as I can, but this didn't exist in the real world, so this is basically a charter flight. But since EasyJet runs out of both airports, I figured why not use their call sign. Alright, I think it's cool enough in here. Jackson, you flying over Manchester when? Tonight? Cool. Can you help me explain those questions? I'm not sure what questions. And it might have been the one that Niles already answered, I believe. At 10,000 feet? Well, basically at 10,000 feet, what you're going to do is you're going to turn... Oh, let me get rid of my fuel pumps here in the center tank. At 10,000 feet, you're basically going to turn your landing lights off, your runway lights off, your taxi light off if you do have it on. Your engine start selectors are going to come to off depending on your weather conditions. You've got your logo light, being that it's a night flight, you're going to turn that off, going to turn the wing light off. That's basically what was done there. You're going to notify the attendants in the back that you're above 10,000. They can start doing whatever they're going to do in the back. We're going to take the pressure off the landing gear by bringing it from up to off. And our auto brake selector, we're just going to take that from rejected takeoff to put that to off. At that point, what you're doing is you're going to basically just monitor. Right? You're going to take a look at your pressure, make sure you're climbing up the way it's supposed to. Make sure the temperature back there is comfortable for them, for the ride. And then basically you're going to monitor your oil temperature, quantity, pressure, fuel flow, and all that. Up to flight level 340, EasyJet 614. Alright, so they just cleared us up to cruise now. Is it more money booking an hour and a half before the ride, or do you get a break if they have open seats over there? Not sure what you mean there during N1. Goes from N1 to throttle hold. Well, as you're spooling up and spooling down the runway, that's actually a checkpoint for the pilots at 80 knots. 80 knots, you want to make sure that everything's stable, your engines are running fine, you've got no issues going on there. You have your throttle hold for your auto flight system set up. You want to make sure that that's going to engage at 80 knots. You want to just make sure that everything's running smooth the way it's supposed to. If not, you're going to abort your takeoff. Got some city lights down there that look pretty cool. Left a little rain behind. Not much though. Alright, yeah, I'll take him in a minute. The wife just came in with my medication. My meds. Alright, so at Silva, we should have 16.5 on the fuel. We're at 16.5 right now. EasyJet 614 going to London control on 121.03. Good night. London control, EasyJet with you through 28,000 for 34,000. Oh, EasyJet 614. Give him the freaking flight number there, Johnny. Alright, they got us. Yeah, I'm going to go take them right now. I'm going to go take my meds. I'll be right back.
1,000 to go.
Taking those meds make me gag and cough. Oh. But another day down. What are we coming up to? DTY? What do we have here? We should have 16 on the fuel. We're at 16. And we're at cruise. Oh, that's 25 minutes from the gate. 15 minutes from the runway. And we're looking good here. And the pressure temperature is looking fine. And our EGT and N1 and 2 and all that is right where it should be. And we're going 339 now. Oh, 7. And we are right on the money. We're inbound Sapco and then TNT. Yeah, Sapco right there. That should be in range. Ah, what are we looking at here? We've got 271 miles now to top of descent, 370 to go. I'd like to know what happened to my ex-ATC chatter. Let me see if it's actually working. This frequency should be on all the time. Interesting. Well, that's something I'm going to have to check after this ride, is my ATC communications. I took them. She comes in and checks, make sure I took my meds. She knows I don't like these. If I could throw them in the garbage, I would, but I can't. Yeah, I think I just have to tone down these stars a little bit. The ground doesn't look all that bad from here. Also not seeing a lot of traffic out here either. I may have to take a look at Traffic Global, see what the deal is with that. There's nobody out here. Oh yeah, it's nice and clear out so far. We had a little bit of rain black night on the way out, but yeah, it's been pretty clear the whole way. Well, thanks, Captain Clay. I appreciate that. Yeah, the flight deck was made by Flightdeck Solutions, company up in Canada. And since I'm in the United States, when I had this built about 9 years ago, 10 years ago, the exchange rate worked in my favor, so I saved a ton of money. So, and it's still in operation 10 years later. It just goes to show the quality of their material and workmanship. Top notch. Pulling chocks, what's up, man? How's it going? You caught us in between our ride. We're at cruise now. We're inbound to Inverness. Pretty cool ride so far. I think the only mistakes have been on me. Other than that, we've had a pretty good run. All right, what are we looking at? TNT, we should have 15.1 on the fuel. We're 15.5. So we're looking pretty good. Not bad. And we should have 10.8 of fuel when we get in, unless I can't put it down. And we're doing in, about an hour. That's 30 minutes from the gate, 20 minutes from the runway. And we're due in about an hour. 240 miles top of descent, 339 to go. Pretty cool ride all in all. I'm just not sure what's going on with my XATC chatter. That should be up and running. But for some reason it's not. A couple of things I have to look at. But all in all, it's been a great ride from the mod. Using his latest version. It's 10.4 or 10.204 or 10.24, something like that. And as far as the night lighting, that's on me because those are my edits. So if you don't like them, that's not on Laminar. That's on me. I did that. I wasn't crazy about that all orange colored look that they had. So I added some of the old Mercury bulbs that we used to have way back when, had that bluish green tint to it. I added some of that into the mix. And then I changed some of the intensities to kind of match my 4K monitors. They're online. I think there's a link down below if you want to give them a try. Although I'd probably hold off until the next set comes out because they seem to be a little bit too bright for this setup. The latest update from X-Plane. Once again, we're fighting a 41 knot headwind. That's usually the norm. The flights that I pick usually seem to fight a headwind for the most part. It's very rare for me to get a tailwind to help us along. And we're booking at Mach 0.8, so we're hoofing it. All right, TNT. 5.1, we're at 5.2, so fuel is looking good. Great ride. Yeah, it is pretty clear out there. You can see pretty much the night lighting out to the horizon just about. Nice. Yeah, the headwind's increasing. 46, 47, 48. Yep. Just got a weather bump there. We got top of descent, just about 200 miles. Just about 300 to go. Pretty smooth run. And you should be letting them run around, Johnny. Should have dropped that a while ago. I think there's a guy in 17B. Has to go to the bedroom. Waiting for me to turn off the seatbelt sign. I forgot. I missed that on the way up. Oops! May add a little bit more glow to the night lighting a bit, I think, maybe. I use reshade as well as my night lighting edit, so. Yeah, Black Knight, I get them a little bit earlier than that. I'm a beta tester for Traffic Global. But I've been working with MS2020 for a little while, trying to get everything all set up, so I fell a little bit behind there. So yeah, it's more than likely me not having the update just yet. Not sure what the deal is with XATC chatter though. That should work. That should be in range. And what are we coming up in pole? Pole, we should have 14.5 on the fuel. We're at 14.8. So we're looking pretty good. EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, and all that's looking pretty good. And if we take a look on the back end, see there's no stall, but we do have the approach coming in at 23. And for some reason, X-Plane has this arc a little screwed up with the coordinates, which is what's in the database for D1050, the 105K, the 61J, you know, the FF23. They're a little bit off, unless it flies it and it just doesn't look right here in on the CDU. But that is set. Arriving direct, well, we'll be heading from the Aberdeen side.
Landing control, expect the ILS runway 23 approach into Inverness. I'll have your reception 20 minutes. Let me know if you want to progress sooner.
EasyJet 614, expect ILS runway 23 approach into Inverness. So that's it right there. I already had that set up in here. So let's get this in now. The decision height is going to be a deuce. And we're looking at 108. 5. 108.5, 231. 231. landing altitude is good. Alright, so our nav radios are good, course selectors are done. Our land altitude is done, decision height is done. That's all looking pretty good. Miss straight out 2000, climbing turn right. We're holding at 3. And outbound. EasyJet 612 going to London Control 133.6 connect. Alrighty. London Control EasyJet 614 with you 34,000 inbound bound.
EG614 Scottish Control identified. Good evening.
Nice. Yeah, the mountains in the daytime look pretty nice. And MS2020 does do a good job with the mountains. I will give it that. My big problem with 2020 is the fact that my buildings just look melted now all of a sudden. I have no idea what's going on. The graphics just don't want to update until I'm on top of them. Look at that weather. Yeah, you can have the terrain for right now. Look at that bad boy. 14.4, the fuel's right on the money. That's pretty cool. You know what? The city lights are gone from down there. Look at that. Because of the storm. You can see some off to the right. Nothing out to the left though. Nothing but darkness down there. Yeah, they got some storms going on down there. And we're going to pass right over them. Let's see if I can get that here. And that was EGPE. Alright, settled. We should have 14.1. We're at 14.2. So we're up a little bit on the fuel. We should have 10.9 when we get in. We are looking good. What are we looking at here? Winds 220 at 8. Fuel at 34. And 10.22 under pressure.
Contact Scottish Control on 128.055.
EasyJet 612 going to Scottish Control on 128.55. Good day. Scottish Control, EasyJet 614 with you, 34,000 inbound, hollow pump. Looking good. I like the different accents. That's pretty cool. Let's see, drawing allows me to change the throttle position. During throttle hold, I think I missed some of the thing going on here. It looks like my thunderstorms, and I don't know what that means. Allows me to change throttle position during throttle hold. On my throttle hold, unless I have it set up to interrupt it, I can move these throttles anywhere, and they're not going to change my throttle settings. I only have it set it up that way. This way, if there's any noise in the throttles, it's not going to interrupt anything anywhere. That's the only reason why I have that set up like that. But if they grab the throttles and move them in the real world, it's gonna disengage the auto throttle. Alright, in box, we should have 14. We're at 14 on the fuel. Again, 10.9 when we get in. N1, N2, EGT, fuel flow, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations, all looking pretty good. Pressure's fine and the temperature is fine. And what are we looking at now? We've got 139 miles now, top of descent, 237 to go. In the real world, I think one of my favorite approaches has to be the Parkway visual into JFK at night. That's a pretty cool approach. All right, that looks pretty good. Another one? Yeah, I'll take that one. More pills. Oh, Washington is nice too. KDCA? Yeah. Coming down the water? Oh, yeah. At night though. You gotta come at night when everything's lit up. Alright, I get it. My wife's breaking my chops. I got another pill to take. What do we have here? I got 130 miles to top of descent. Let me go take my final pill until dinner time. Stretch my legs real quick and grab a drink. I'll be right back. Alright. I think that's all the meds now until dinner time. Matter of fact, I don't even know what she's making for dinner. She's making something good. Although she made homemade sloppy joes the other day with Nathan's French fries that were actually deep fried in oil, which she very rarely does. She usually cooks them in the oven. And deep frying them, man, they're just so much better. Alright, what are we coming up to? DCS. DCS, we should have 13.4 on the fuel. We're 13.6. We should have 11 when we get in. So we're looking pretty good. And we're fighting an 89 knot headwind. Mikey headwinds. All I seem to do is find the headwinds. Alright, oil temperature, quantity, vibration, N1, N2, EGT. That's all looking good. Pressure's looking good. And the temperature for them back there is nice and comfortable. Pretty cool ride. There's nothing to see down there now, though. There's nothing but darkness all around. Oh, there's a couple of lights down there to the right. Not much. Getting ready to go hit some water. What are we looking at here? Top of descent at 110 miles now. And we've got 209 to go. We've got 208 to go. About another 10 minutes or so, we'll start our descent. That's 50 minutes from the gate now, 40 minutes from the runway. So, 207 miles to go. Not a bad ride. And Zibo Mod has performed beautifully from cold and dark to where we are right now. So, she's a very stable aircraft on a very stable platform. Hey, Real. Welcome aboard. Was that Real Edits? How's it going? You just caught us heading into Inverness. I'm running an EasyJet flight. 32. Let's see, what are we looking at ahead here? That may have been the bulk of the weather. As you can see, there's our run that's still left to do here. Still have a little ways to go. All right, Ed Bibney, what do we have here? 13.1, we're 13.3 on the fuel. So, we're looking good. And again, we'll have 11 when we get in, unless I can't put it down. Great ride. All right, looks like we're going to be leaving the London airspace and hitting the Scottish airspace here. Only thing missing is XATC chatter. Not sure why that's not working. Still a great ride. Look at this. We're hitting a 90 knot headwind now. Man. Hardly ever catch a break with those winds. I took it, look. She's checking up on me. Making sure I'm taking my stuff. I'll tell you, good thing she's here because I forget half the time. All right, under 200 miles to go now. 86 miles top of descent. We're closing the gap. What are we looking at NAVSO? NAVSO 12.8 on the fuel. We're at 13.1, so Looking good. And I think I'm going to get this ride in before I have to give Shadow his shot. My co-pilot, he's usually in the right seat. He's missed a few rides, though. He has diabetes. I got to give him his insulin twice a day. I think that's why he stopped flying with me. I keep jabbing him with a needle.
Contact Scottish info on 133.68.
I'll go into Scottish info on 133.68, easy flight 614. Good night. Scottish info, easyJet 614 with you, 34,000 inbound, Navzo.
Scottish info identified. Good evening.
The FCOM is tiny. Not when I was reading it, it wasn't. Those books are that high. Matter of fact, my books still sit on the desk over there. I'll tell you, those 3 books, they got to be about that wide. No joke. Then there's the CDU book from Butler. Oh yeah, that's pretty. They're pretty wide. I don't think they're that tiny. We just lost some wind there. What are we looking at now? 60 miles now to top of descent. Under 160 to go. All right, Elbus. We should have 12.5. 12.5, right on the money. Great run.
EG614, Scottish info, clear to the ILS runway. 23 approach. When you're ready to begin your descent, descend and maintain flight level 250.
EasyJet 614 cleared for the ILS runway 23 approach into Inverness. And begin approach descent when ready. We'll descend and maintain flight level 250. Alright, so they gave us a runway 23 ILS, which I pretty much, that's what they were using in the real world, so I figured that's what we were going to get. And they cleared us down to 25 when ready. So once we hit our top of descent, we'll start on down to 25,000. Alright, what was that? Louis the Fourth? Louis the Fourth. 12-4. We're 12-4. We're looking pretty good.
Descend and maintain flight level 170.
You want us down to 17,000 now? A little early, but let's get them back in their seats then. We got another 40 miles to go. And I'm going to follow the approach. EasyJet 614. Descend to flight level 170. Let's check that weather. I want to see if that matches what I'm picking up here. Let's do a request.
614, descend, flight level 170.
Yeah, down to 170. EasyJet 614. EGE. You know, EGE. And what you get? 8. Yeah, yours is a little different than mine, than my weather. Alright. You got 240 at 4. I've got 220 at 8. That's right. Fuel is right. The Q is right. It's just the winds, just a little bit. That's the only difference I see. EasyJet 614 going to Scottish Control 135.53. Good night. Scottish Control EasyJet 614 with you 34,000. Sending to 17,000. Inbound GAL. And we're going to 9.
Easy 614, Scottish Control identified. Good evening.
Very good. Night lighting looks pretty good there. I think this might be the new night lighting setup. I mean, except for the stars. That looks pretty good out there. Camera's probably not picking up and doing it justice, but it looks pretty good. What are we looking at here? 25 miles now, top of descent, 123 to go. And we're doing in about 24 minutes. The only problem with that Epic are all the fees that are associated with the Cessna. It's not just buying it. You have numerous checks that have to take place after a certain amount of hours. You have takeoff fees, landing fees. You have a hangar you have to pay for or a tie-down station depending on what you have. And the fuel cost nowadays, believe me, it adds up rather quickly. This, in the long run, is actually a lot cheaper, believe it or not. And it doesn't matter what the weather's like. I get out of my house, go into the garage, and I'm up and running in half an hour. which is also pretty cool. Although the Cessnas were pretty fun to fly. I flew them out of Islip in Long Island, out in New York, way back when. That was before they actually built up the airport. Only 737s coming in there were from Southwest Airlines. Now they turned it into a nice little airport. All right, foil 11.9 on the fuel. We're at 11.9, and we should have 11 when we get in. We're looking pretty good. This one was another great ride from the Zibo mod, from beginning to end. Well, that's true. I'm not burning any fossil fuel, aviation fuel, but I'm sure I'm burning some fossil fuel with all the computers and the air conditioning and the dehumidifier that's on in here, though. So it might be a trade-off. All right, they're back in their seats. We're good down to 17, and we've got 105 miles to go. Matter of fact, it was probably about 4 years ago, a friend of mine couldn't get the price that he wanted for his plane. So what he did was he put it in his backyard. He took the wings off, and he had it towed to his backyard, and he has it in his backyard. And he said it was a good thing that he decided to do that, because underneath the bladder, where the fuel bladder in the wing is, there was a whole ton of rust that was missed. So he said he was kind of lucky that he decided to do that. All right, we're on our way down. So that's an hour and 7 minutes that just flipped over from the gate, 57 minutes from the runway. And we've got 97 miles to go. All in all, pretty great run. Now, hopefully we're going to have a nice view on the way in, get to see some nice night lighting. Right, at Urson, we should have 11.8. We're at 11.8. And we're coming down beautifully. Temperature is fine. And our N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, that's all fine. Oh, that's going to be interesting there, Niles. Yeah, baby. Being able to switch between the two profiles, yeah. Give you a little drag, baby. Yeah, the ability to be able to run multiple platforms from one interface program, that's sweet, man.
614, Scottish Control, descend and maintain flight level 090. UNH 1022.
I descend and maintain flight level 090 QNH 1022 for Easy Flight 614. You say 1022. And we're looking pretty good there. Let's get you set up. Alright, we've got 78 miles to go. Yeah, exactly. The cables for the glass screens, and I could probably put them on an AB switch. So I only have to throw some AB switches. So I can do the same thing for the monitors because I run a couple of extra computers with the X-Plane over MS2020. But yeah, a couple of AB boxes would fix that nice and easy. And I have to do that now anyway, right? When I switch between Device Interface Manager and FDS to XP. So I have to move those cables anyway. So now it would just be running one program as opposed to two programs, which is pretty cool. Well, the headwinds are coming down a little bit. Oh, we got little pockets of lights out there. They look pretty cool. Don't think the camera's catching that though. Yeah, because I tell you, everything Device Manager in MS2020, all the buttons, dials, switches, everything works. I think the only thing that's left that's outstanding, Niles, is the analog lighting for the CDUs. Well, I have to turn them on manually inside DIM. I think that's it. Everything else I think is good. I don't think I found any other problems at all. And that's going through the entire flight deck. So that's pretty good. Alright, Lagave, we should have 11.7. We're 11.7 on the fuel. And the fuel now is 11.2 when we get in, so it's gone up a couple hundred pounds. That's looking pretty good, and we're coming down nicely. And we're 64 miles out now. Nice. Yeah, I'm not worried about stuff getting fixed. You're pretty good with that stuff. You're on top of it. And now, the way it's set up, I can get a complete flight in from cold and dark to securing on the back end with Device Interface Manager now, so that's pretty cool. I'll give you a little more before you ask for it. Beat it to the punch. And that is set. These flight illusion gauges are pretty cool.
Descend and maintain 5,000. Turn right, heading 030 exit. The ILS runway 23 approach.
Alright, EasyJet 614. Descend and maintain 5,000. Turn right, heading 030. Vectors for the ILS runway 23 approach. We'll continue down to 5. I'm going to just continue on my flight plan. I don't know if you're picking up the city lights in the distance there. That looks pretty cool. Alright, I'll take terrain now, and you can have the weather again. And let's have a quick peek. And Lead air panels, auto pressurization, land altitude is in, passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. Altimeter, local QNH. Yeah, we'll get there in a minute. Recall. We are good. Landing data and VREF, I'll get that in just a minute. But we're looking pretty good. What are we coming in at this ride? We're coming in at a buck 49. 31. We're looking pretty good. All right. Fuel. 11.6, right on the money. And we're inbound Gussie. This is where the CDU got a little weird putting in this data. It's going to be interesting to see how it did. I took out the 105K because it just doesn't look right on the CDU, which is surprising because the Zibo mod is usually pretty good with the DME aux. That actually looks pretty good. I don't think I'm going to touch that night lighting settings. And I made some adjustments to my reshade. Yeah, I've not been able to figure that out. And you know what, Niles? When it happened again, I actually turned off Device Interface Manager to see if that was it. It was still frozen. So it's not coming from Device Interface Manager, that's for sure. There's something going on either between MS2020 or PMDG. I actually went into MS2020 and I removed FS Dream Team. I removed that Chordal, whatever that protection scheme that they have in there. I took that out as well. I left the 020 EasyJet 614. We're going to continue in just the way we're set up.
Easy 614, continue left heading 020, vectors for the ILS runway 23 approach.
Yeah, continue left 020, vectors for ILS 23 approach for EasyJet 614.
Turn left, heading 020.
Yeah, left to 020, EasyJet 614.
Easy 614, continue left heading 020, vectors for the ILS runway 23 approach.
Continue heading 020, vectors for the ILS runway 23 approach, EasyJet 614. Not a lot of lights out there, but there's a couple of pockets of cities. Look pretty good. Maybe my next run will be in Chicago or somewhere. There's buildings lined up all over the place and see just how bright it gets. We'll see. So what are we looking at here? Now that's an hour and 19 minutes from the gate, hour and 9 from the runway. We've got 27 miles to go. Basically, we're making a U-turn here. And I said we are holding at 3, are we not? We are at Inverness. beautiful ride.
Easy 614, turn left heading 1000.
Left to 000. EasyJet 614. We're just gonna follow it on in.
Easy 614, turn left.
She
Heading
is
1000
persistent,
vectors
isn't
for
she?
the ILS runway 23 approach.
Turn left heading 000. Vectors for the ILS runway 23 approach. EasyJet 614. Alright, let's come around now. I don't know if it's picking up the lights outside the window. That looks pretty cool right there. Turn left heading 1000. Okay. Let's start slowing up. That night lighting there looks pretty cool. I've got the airport. I should have tried putting in that 105, Jerry.
Contact Scottish Control on 133.2.
I'll go into Scottish Control on 133.2. Good night. United, EasyJet 612, or 14. Alright, we're good here. Let's go flaps 1. Let's start slowing down. Johnny. Scottish Control, EasyJet 614 with you, 4300 inbound, 61J.
Scottish Control, identified with QNH1020. Easy 614, Scottish Control, 8 miles from PST3. Turn left heading 300, descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 23 approach.
Left at 300, descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS 23 approach for EasyJet 614. Alright, let's go 5. And let's confirm when we coming in at buck 49. Give me 10. A little bit of flicker going on there. A lot of flicker going on there. Oh, I'm in gear. EasyJet 614 going to Inverness Tower on 118.405. Good night.
2500.
Inverness Tower, EasyJet 614 with you, short final, runway 23. E15. And we're just going to slow all the way down. EasyJet 614, clear to land. 25, and we're going to go all the way down and go right to 30. You should not show extended Louis. Pick up the localizer, and we can just pick up the approach. And how about you light up, Johnny? Alright, lights, engine start selector, auto brake, speed brake, landing gear, flaps, they've been notified. Exterior lights, engine start select is continuous, EPIS panel terrain, I'm already on terrain, and antenna notifications complete, speed brakes on, landing gears down, 3 green, flaps set for landing. Pretty cool ride. Alright, let me have you now. Take this puppy right to the end. A lot of lights out here. A lot of traffic heading to the airport, though. Look at all those brake lights.
Speed stabilized, Mr. Porch altitude set.
My bird, I've got control.
Approaching 2-3.
Again, if you don't like this night lighting, that's on me. Those are my night lighting edits, not from Laminar, so.
Approaching minimums. 200.
Continue.
100.
Prepare for landing. Jet speed,
40,
Johnny.
30, 20, 10.
4,000 feet remaining. 3,000 remaining. 2,000 remaining.
614, welcome to Inverness. Taxi departure with your discretion. Stay with
80 knots.
500 remaining.
Woo-wee, baby!
Remaining.
Woo-wee, baby! Coming in smoking! Smoking! Let's sit here for a second. Clean this up a little bit here. TA, you can go to test. Let's have a quick look here. That's on its way up. Exterior lights as needed. We are good. Yes, yes. APU, we got that up and running now. You're down low. We can go run through this stuff right now. Alright. APU, yaw damper, window heat, probe heat, engine wing and the ice, yep, engine start selectors, yep, auto brake is off, speed brake is down, flaps are up, transponders TA, and weather radar to test. Oh, they already told us taxi to parking at our discretion. Stay with me, okay. Clear the taxi to gate EasyJet 614. And we can kill you.
Easy 614. Taxi to gate at your discretion. Stay with me.
So, an hour and 29 minutes. Taxi to gate at our discretion. We'll stay with you on this frequency. Yeah, a little bit of flicker going on. I gotta see what's going on with that. Don't like that at all. I think we should have made a reservation. I think we should have made a reservation. Let's say that's been about a minute. Be nice if we could squeeze in between one of these guys, but I don't think so. Got a spot down around here on the side. Nope. I think we're gonna go to the outflow. Slip right here on the side. Squeeze right here on the side, Louis. Yeah, a little too much flickering going on there for my liking. Gotta look at that. Alright, get rid of you, anti-collision, and let them run around. Well, I hope you enjoyed that ride. I had a blast, as I always do when I get in here. I always have fun, whether it's a good flight or a bad flight. I may get a little annoyed at the flight deck at time to time, but I always have a blast in here. Alright, GPU set to chocks, ASU doors, bing, bing, bing. Alright, chocks are in position. Let's lose the parking brake. Oh, where you going, Louis? Food goes that side. I know I ordered Doritos, but alright, parking brake is set. Ground power is available. Let's get on ground power. Ground power is good. Let's get on unconditioned air. Alright, we can kill you, and you're going to stand by. Let's have a peek. And electrical power, before we forget, electrical power, AP or ground, we're on ground power. Bleed air, we're set for unconditioned air. Yes. Fuel levers are set to cut off. Anti-collision light is off. Passenger signs are off. Fuel pump switches are off. Electrical panel check set. Galley power is off. Window heat switches are off. Hydraulic pump switches are off. Exterior lights as needed. We have logo in position. Flight directors are off. Chocks in position. The parking brake is off. Alright, I'm going to go have dinner and I'm going to get another ride. Well, you know what? I'll shut down completely anyway. I'll start the other one up from scratch. So we'll take the IRS selectors to off. Emergency exit lights are off. Exterior lights are off. Bleed air panel set. Let's get that set. And we have engine start selected to both. Disconnect ground power. AC/DC selectors to standby and DC power off. Alright everybody, that's a wrap. That's an hour and 34 minutes, basically when we left the gate to where we are on the back end. So I hope you enjoyed that ride. There was a ton of people here today. You know, I always enjoy the company and the conversation when I'm in here doing my flights. So I hope you enjoyed the view, and I'll catch you on my next flight, everybody. All right, Black Knight, Niles, Justin, Frankie. There was a whole ton of people here today. Jackson was here earlier, and if I missed you in the lineup there, Harry B was here as well. If I missed you, sorry about that. But like I said, I always enjoy the company and the conversation. All right, everybody, I'm going to go grab something to eat. I got to give my first officer his insulin shot, and maybe I'll get in another ride today. That would be pretty cool. All right, everybody. I'll catch you on my next run. Take care.